Community leaders, lawmakers, and mayoral candidates hold a rally in Queens denouncing the recent rash of anti-Asian hate crimes in the city. New York One's Amy Yensi is in Jamaica this afternoon, and she joins us with the details. Amy.
Dean, diversity is what Queens is known for. There are people from all over the world living here, and that diversity is to be celebrated. That is the message of members of the African American community and also the Asian American community that stood side by side during this rally and press conference to say that hate against Asians or any other racial group is just not acceptable here in Queens. Take a look at the video. There were a couple dozen people at the rally, among them community leaders and politicians as well, who were saying they were saddened and angered by the recent attacks against Asians that had happened here in the city, but also in other parts of the country, including the horrific attack, deadly shooting in Atlanta, the elderly woman in San Francisco who was brutally beaten. But even here closer to home, there were several attacks, violent attacks in several parts of the city over a matter of days, separate incidents, and the victims attacked for no reason, apparently, other than what they look like, how they speak, and where they come from. So this show of support by the African American community to the Asian American community here in Queens is a way, their way, they say, to stand against that hate and that racial discrimination, all the violence that we're seeing, saying that it's wrong no matter who the victims are. Take a listen.
We understand what it's like to have a conditional existence, and the only way that we can have an unconditional existence as Americans and as human beings is to work together.
We stand with you.
Say that, brother.
If you punch them, you better come punch me.
Okay.
And I'm punching back. So let's stop attacking our Asian brothers and sisters.
And all of the speakers mentioned that these two communities, African Americans and Asian Americans, have really bonded here in Queens and throughout the city as a result of the Black Lives Matter protests that we saw last year. And of course, the pandemic. We saw the xenophobia increase because of that pandemic. And now these two groups are saying that everyone needs to speak out so that these attacks against Asians can stop. That is the very latest from here in Jamaica, Queens. Amy Yensi, New York One, sending it back to you.
All right, thank you.